It's not playing the game. It's winning that counts.
Yeah, baby. We're going to go out there and win.
This is Just Win Bets, baby.
Just win, baby.
With Joe DeFan and Shane O'Mac.
How do they keep winning?
Live on the Sports Bet Winning Network.
Here we go. Welcome in. It's Just Win Bets, baby, on the Believe Network. Joe DeFan alongside Shane O'Mac as we are live in Burke, Virginia. As always, a fun 1 hour show lined up today. We will have plenty of what took place last night between the Knicks and the Spurs. Also, Game 4, we will discuss that throughout the show today. Our good friend Rob Nakamura on the program coming up in 15 minutes to discuss the world of MMA. We will begin, however, Shano, in what took place in the association last night as the Spurs took care of business in Game 3 of the NBA Finals. Shano, odds for Game 4 already are available as the Knicks are -1.5, and the total is about the same from last time, 216.5. With June starting up, these series make this month very interesting.
Yeah, both series heating up in NHL and NBA, right? So Spurs get one, so it's not going to be a sweep, right? Spurs, man, you called this last night on the show. Spurs come out hot, win that first quarter again. Yeah. that was a solid bet there. Yeah. So Spurs got that first quarter. Knicks came back though. I mean, it was a close game down to the end. I texted you this earlier. Was there a little NBA referee cooking there in the second half? Or no?
I was thinking the same thing. Obviously, Coach Brown had the same idea or thoughts that you have, my friend, where, look at the difference in the free throw shooting. I'm just saying. Yeah. But let's really be honest here. And you know what it is. And if this was a David Stern, as if he was still commissioner, obviously he's not. But if he was, this series would go 6 or 7. It's all about this, my friend. Bling, bling, bling.
Yeah, the Spurs had 24 free throw attempts in the second half, where the Knicks only had 8. I mean, that's a pretty big discrepancy there, right? I mean, usually it's a little bit closer to 50-50 there. And overall, though, I didn't feel like there was a ton of whistles throughout the whole game. I think they were spread out pretty well. I hate when, sometimes in basketball, I feel like sometimes there's a whistle pretty much like every possession down the court, and that just slows down the game so much. Sure. But I saw that stat this morning. I was like, man, I thought I noticed it last night while watching it, and then I was like, that's a pretty big discrepancy there. I was like, maybe the NBA is trying to help the Spurs here and get this to 6 or 7 games.
Yeah, I also had an opportunity to read some earlier this afternoon regarding, they're all blaming the president because they lost. Shut up with that. Okay, Stephen A. Smith is saying that, and other people, just stop with that. Okay, look, he didn't take my advice to go down to courtside, excuse me, but that's my opinion. But you saw a lot of the celebrities there, my friend. Tracy Morgan, Tina Fey. You saw John McEnroe, Jay-Z. I mean, the list goes on and on. Obviously, you saw Spike Lee. You saw Ben Stiller. The list goes on and on. Shano, I mean, 10,000 just to sit in the nosebleeds?
Yeah, I don't know if I would ever do that. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money, man. And do you ever think Spike Lee is because he goes to every Knicks game. He goes to every Knicks home game. Do you ever think he just calls these guys bandwagon fans,
Yeah, I agree.
Because Spike Lee, I mean, he's literally at Madison Square Garden every time the Knicks tip off. He's sitting there courtside. He's had those tickets for God knows how long. It seems like for as long as I've been alive, at least, right? Yeah. So, I mean, he's always there, and it makes everybody else look like little front runners, don't they?
No question about it. I mean, you talk about bandwagon folks, but you can't really say that about one of the up and coming actors here. What's his name? Timothy, the one who's wearing the orange jumpsuit.
The one who played Victor from Despicable Me.
Yes.
Timothy Chalamet.
Yes. He was in Wonka is the last one I think I saw. I know he did a Bob Dylan movie or portrayed Bob Dylan. I didn't have an opportunity to see that movie, but man, I mean, look, the Spurs were on fire when it came to 3-point shooting. Let's really be honest. They
shot the ball a lot better than the first 2 games.
Absolutely.
That's what we talked about too. Is that the the first two games they were shooting like 26% or something like that from 3-point land, and then I think last night they were 36%. So they almost like a 10% increase. I mean, that's huge.
Yeah. Knicks, of course, went into the locker room at halftime with the lead, but I didn't really see Cat in the second half. I mean, he was there, but I don't think he showed up. He showed up a little bit, but not that much. I mean, Cat's got to show up, man.
So I saw this on X earlier today. Cat has 0 points so far this series in the fourth quarter.
Yeah,
0.
That's what I'm saying.
In 3 games, he's got 0 points in the fourth quarter. The Knicks can't win with that.
No.
Brunson can't do it all. I mean, Brunson's a dog, and he'll fight his tail off, man. But he has to have a Robin to his Batman. You know.
Yep. And you know, it was very funny. I was watching it, and I think they do a hell of a job, and they've been doing this for the longest time. I'm of course referring to the NBA crew that recently was on TNT. Now they're on ESPN or ABC or whatever you want for the Disney company, Emperor Mickey company, where it's of course Shaq, Ernie, the great Ernie Johnson, the Jet, Kenny Smith, and Charles Barkley. And the quote of the night, man, it's got to be Cardi B is performing at halftime. I don't know if we can say it on air, man.
I don't think those are B's.
Those definitely aren't B's. And nah, man. I mean, he's. I mean, I don't even know.
To keep them together.
Say that again.
But thank God ESPN had the smarts to keep them together. I mean, because everybody loves their show. And that's one of the reasons why that everybody was so sad that they were getting off TNT is because everybody thought that crew was going to break up, and we're like, no, Shaq and Chuck and Ernie, they all have such great chemistry together, and they're a blast to watch.
Absolutely, and they even kept the music. I love their music. I don't know how that works in the contract, but that's none of my business. I'm just here for the entertainment. But I think I think Charles needs to, I think Emperor Mickey might tell him, hey, you know, simmer down now. Okay. Where he was saying, hey, look, this series is over. This series is over. Again, going back to what I said, this series needs to go 6 or 7.
Yeah. It's going to go 6 or 7 now. I think the Knicks win. They play tomorrow night, right?
Yeah.
So I think Knicks play tomorrow night or win tomorrow night, but I could definitely see San Antonio winning in San Antonio game 5. Right, so then there's your 6 there, and hopefully Knicks winning game 6 back at the Garden. So my bet with Noops that he told us to take hits.
Yeah. Hopefully they do. Hopefully
it all comes back to my bet there. That's all I'm concerned.
That's all that matters. It's business. Speaking of bets, let's look now into the Stanley Cup Finals. It's game 4 has already started there, Shano, and the Carolina Hurricanes came out swinging.
Yeah, the Hurricanes came out swinging. They went up 2-0 pretty quickly. And then now at the end of the first period, it's 3-1 Hurricanes. Vegas had a goal at the last millisecond of the period. They just reviewed it. It was no goal. It has in hockey, the puck has to completely cross the line. There's a line right behind the goalie, right where the crease is. The puck has to completely cross that before time expires, and it was milliseconds off from going in. So it could have been 3-2. But it is 3-1 Carolina. I said last night I was on Carolina because I think this is like a zigzag series here. It's going back and forth.
Right.
And I definitely think this one's going at least 6, probably 7. But it's still early. I mean, every other game, pretty much, whoever got up early at a 2-0 lead ended up losing the game. So game 1, Hurricanes went up 2-0, lost. Game 2, Vegas went up 2-0 and lost, right? So anything can happen. And thank God I stayed away from that total like I told you I was going to, because I said, like, historically the under hits in this situation, and they're already at 4 goals.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it adds up to the total. We're already now at 29 total goals for the series. Okay. And we need 3 more, and we catch that over ticket courtesy of our friends over at Caesar's Palace at 31.5.
There's still at least one more game to play, even if Vegas
least one more game to play.
Yep.
If Carolina wins, you've got 2 more games. So
that's a lock. Then that's
definitely a lock, because you're not going to win. You're not going to close the game 0-0, 0-0. So it's got to be at least 1-0. Even if you play the next 2 games, that's 2 more goals. That's if no one scores. And based on the history, I mean, and again, it's already 3-1, as you alluded to there, Shano, at the end of the first quarter or first period. Excuse me. I mean, there's still 2 more periods plus 2 more, and possibly 1 more. Well, definitely 1 more game, if not 2.
Yeah, there's for sure there's one more game, but there could be another one if Carolina wins.
Could be,
and I'm hoping Carolina does. That's who I put my money on for tonight's game is the Hurricanes. Like I said earlier many times, this is going to be a back and forth series. It's going to be give and take both ways, and it's been a great series so far. And hopefully people are tuning in because there's nothing like playoff hockey. Playoff hockey is awesome. It's so cool.
I'm not worried about the plus. What was that 10-1 with Vegas, and then we took at the beginning of the season. So right. I'm not really worried about that now, about the cashing out, whatever. We thought it would go seesaw. Remember, it will go back to Carolina sooner or later. So hopefully, like I said, based on what our good friend Jonathan Davis of VSiN said, it's either going 6 or 7. We thought of that. We calculated that. So I think it definitely will go 6 or 7. And hopefully Vegas raises the cup.
Me as a Cavs fan, I hate the Hurricanes. So I kind of hope Vegas wins the cup too. But like we talked about with Adam Martin last week when he came on and talked Fight Night, I'm not a huge Vegas fan either. And it's nothing against the fans there or anything, but it kind of is. They're a franchise that's less than 10 years old, and this is their 3rd Stanley Cup appearance already. I mean, they're a little spoiled out there.
Yeah, no question about it. No question about it. Very excited, of course, to talk to our next guest here, Shano. Right before we go to break here, just a quick sneak peek here. Rob Nakamura, we've heard a lot of great things about this young man, and looking forward to sitting down and talking to him with a little MMA, how that world actually is.
Yeah, Rob Nakamura, he does a great job covering all things combat sports, MMA, UFC. He does a lot of the smaller promotions too, not just UFC. So if you're into the fight game at all, make sure you follow him on X, and he has a YouTube podcast as well. Make sure you check that out. Super intelligent guy, and does a lot of stuff with gets to know the fighters really well and stuff like that. So can't wait to talk to him.
Absolutely. So without further ado, let's go to break. And when we come back, we will have our good friend Rob Nakamura here live in studio on Just Win Bets, baby.
This is Just Win Bets, baby, on the Sports Bet Winning Network.
Hey, today we are diving deep into the world of combat sports with a guest who is absolutely essential listening if you love MMA. He is an analyst, a content creator, and one half of the brilliant, unfiltered, fully hydrated podcast based right out of the fight capital of the world, Las Vegas. He has built a massive reputation for giving fans the realest, most candid look at the fight game. He doesn't just look at stats. He builds genuine relationships with the fighters, breaking down the sports world with a signature style that is grounded as it is insightful. Whether you know him as JSpec or the man who keeps the combat sports world fully hydrated, please welcome to the show our good friend, the one and only Rob Nakamura. Rob, man, welcome to the show. How are you doing?
My man, how can you not feel like $1 million after that level quality of an intro? I need that in other places of my life when I walk into stressful events. Maybe the DMV should announce me like that. I love that. That is the best way someone's ever introduced me. And thank you so much for having me, both you gentlemen. And it's a pleasure to share my lifelong passion of MMA with you guys. And yeah, thanks so much.
So you got Joe the Fan's contact info now. So now you can, whenever you need a pick me up, you can just call him and he'll boost your ego there a little bit.
No kidding. If you get a drunk call at 3 a.m., my friend, you know what I'm calling for.
I got you, brother.
I'm heartbroken and I need a pick me up, bro.
I got you, my friend. I got you. But no, thank you for joining the show, and you made my day by saying that, man. You really did. Let me jump right into it. Of course, you and Zach have an incredible dynamic on the fully hydrated podcast. How did you two first link up, and what made you realize that your media insider perspective combined with his active fighter brain would make the perfect formula for the show?
I wish there was some kind of credit I could say, like, we knew. I got to know him a few years ago. At this point, maybe 5 years ago, when I was starting my journey in MMA media. I'm no longer in MMA media. I've pivoted, but the connections that I made, that I had, they, remain true. There's a lot of genuine, good, awesome, solid-hearted people in MMA, between the fighters, promoters, managers, everyone involved. There's a lot of good people. Yeah, there's, like everything else, there's a ratio. Sometimes there's not so much, but I met Zach right before or about when he was getting onto the Ultimate Fighter. And there's lots of other fighters that, like I said, are really cool. But me and Zach just have a natural way of talking with each other. We have a little bit similar backgrounds. I grew up in Hawaii. He grew up in Colorado, but he spent a lot of his summers in Hawaii. So we have a lot of Polynesian jokes, him Samoan, me Hawaiian, and a lot of little things that we, bonded and joked about over the years, and just stayed relatively close. I try to keep close with a lot of the people that I've met throughout the years. Unfortunately, a lot of media people, they treat it like a job, or they try to climb some kind of social ranking ladder. To me, when you hold the relationships and the time that you spend with people with respect, it grows into something much better. So with that being said, me having my half, if you will, my side, I see this side of the game through one set of lenses, sometimes through the promotions that I've helped through the business side, and he, obviously the athlete, sees it from a completely different corner. And we bring the truth. And I think just talking honestly, just like you guys do here, speaking honestly, really just brings it together. We're not trying to dog on nothing, but if something needs to be chopped, we'll chop it. If something deserves love and praise that's not getting it, we'll do it too. And obviously we talk about hot stuff. So it's just a relationship that has grown over years. And when the timing was right, he was ready to step into media. Some things had changed for me, and I was looking for a partner as well. We just kind of was like, hey, let's give this a try. And we did it. So there you go. That's the story.
That's awesome, man. It's awesome when you find somebody like that you connect with, and you can make a great show with, and just make magic together. It's great.
You guys know what it's like, right? Like, you guys know exactly what I'm talking about. And when things click, when you find a teammate, it just goes, right? Chemistry is a funny thing that we all understand in sports. It applies to every single sport, but it's not something you can force. It just, either the chemistry works or it doesn't. And that's what it is.
Yeah, man.
100% agree. And then what you said with treating people with respect in the media, we've had so many people on the media, like on this podcast before, and they're talking about, like, especially like in like what we do and we usually give out bets and stuff like that. There's a lot of people that are out for themselves, kind of, and like don't want to help others or don't want to do stuff like that, right? And then like we're not like that at all. We try to build relationships, try to be cool with everybody, right? And like, scratch my back, we scratch yours type of deal, right? And it's just be nice to people, man. Just be nice to everyone. You never know what connections you can build.
That 100% agree with everything you said. Also, like when sometimes in the betting culture, not to take no shots at nobody, right, but it's like, hey, you made that bet. The outcome of you think that fighter wanted to lose, or you think they went the distance because it's convenient for them, and you chose some other, like, come on, man. Like, I've seen some pretty nasty DMs from unhinged fans, and I'm just like, go outside, please.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, no one's gonna hit 100%, man, and especially in the fight game. All it takes is one punch, and your bet's ruined. So
that's all it takes. Yep.
Absolutely. We're here, of course, with our good friend Rob Nakamura, and you can follow him at JSpec the host on X, and make sure you click on or scan the QR code on the bottom right corner, and it'll take you right to his page. Let me ask you this one, my friend. You mentioned before that Las Vegas has a certain type of magic where you can just be out getting sushi and run into legendary fighters. What is the craziest, most unexpected behind the scenes interaction you had with a fighter in Vegas that completely changed your perspective of them?
Wow. There's been a few. There's been more than a few. So I 100% stand on that. There is a magic of Vegas that you can be anywhere. You can be doing anything. When you talked about the sushi, one of the most recent ones was going out to a poke bowl place. Shout out Sweet Poke. Sponsorship would be nice. But running into Nico Ali Walsh, grandson of Muhammad Ali, guy fighting on behalf of maintaining the Ali Act right now. So that was one, but the best one. So I'm going to give you the best story, the best true real deal thing that's ever happened. It's a little bit old of a story. I'm a little bit old, but who cares? Let's go. The best one that changed my perspective, and everybody's got perspectives on people, but meet people, spend some time with people, then make your judgment. Don't just, judge because somebody else's judgment. All right, enough of my rant. Best story I ever had was back at the start of the second Iraq war. My good friend, my best friend at the time, his brother was going to go serve. So what did we do? We decided, let's go party. Let's go hard. Let's go to the strip club, and went to Spearmint Rhino and had a boys' night out. We're sending them off. This was right at the beginning of the conflict. Things were happening. Things are crazy. And, thank God he made it. Nothing crazy happened, but this was a time where people were losing their lives and sacrificing for the country. So with that being said, we're there, and I luckily happened to know two dancers previously, so they put us into what I like to break people's hearts when I say this stuff, but the real VIP. When you go there and you're hanging around doing your thing, and then tell you, oh, you want to come to the VIP? That's not the VIP. There's a real VIP, and you gotta be somebody. Now, we weren't nobody. We just knew somebody to get us in. All right, we know nobodies. So we're in there having our time, enjoying our stuff, and I'm, we're drinking, having a good time, and I have a dancer on my lap, but I'm not paying attention to her. I'm focused down the way a little bit. I see someone. Who's that someone? I think I know who that is. I think I see, and this is before he owned his own strip clubs. This is a long time ago. I see Floyd Mayweather Jr. And I'm like, I think. And so, the girl is getting a little bit sour that I'm not paying attention to her or whatever. So she goes, excuse me, honey, is there something over there you like? Assuming I'm looking at one of the girls. I respond, yeah, I think that's the champ of the world over there. She's like, oh. Her attitude kind of pitch and changes. She goes, would you like me to introduce you? I go, you would be the best if you could do such a thing. She leaves, come back. She said, yeah, they said, come over. It's all good. So I walk over there, and I get just a couple steps away from Floyd. His whole entourage stands up. Now I'm in the middle of an army of dudes, all of them gigantic. I'm not that small, I'm 6 foot minimum, barefooted. So I had shoes on that night, feeling big. But these guys are just, I'm just like, oh shit. And I go, hey Floyd, big fan. I don't want to bother you, nothing. Just want to say I really enjoy your fights. I was at the Zab Judah fight live, just really enjoy your stuff. I just wanted to wish you well. And he sticks his hands out. Now, this is a poorly lit, very dimly lit VIP area. He sticks his hand out on his wrist, all right? Canary yellow diamond bracelet, generating its own light. It's generating its own force field of light. And then I noticed the watch on the other arm, also canary yellow, generating his light. He's like, thank you, man. I appreciate it a lot. And then everybody just kind of chills down. Everybody sits down, and it's just me and Floyd engaging at this point. He goes, what you here for? And I go, oh, see my friend over there, blah, blah, blah. He's going to go, he's going to go off to Iraq. He's going to go fight, da, 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 da. And he goes, hey, I appreciate that so much. He goes, you know what I'm going to do for you, man? I was like in my head, I'm like, do for me? What do you mean do for me? But anyways, he goes, you know what I'm going to do? When you guys get a girl because we have private tables, private dances, right? He goes, every time you guys get a girl, I'm going to match. So you guys can have girl on girl all night. So any girl you get, I'll double up on you guys. You guys have a great night. You guys have a great time. I tell him, thanks, champ. Appreciate it so much. Have a great rest of your night. Catch you later. And Then I proceeded to spend every single dollar I had, and me and the boys went broke. And there you go. So everybody who talks shit on Floyd Mayweather, well, he's a pretty generous guy when you catch him in a natural environment. So there you go. That's a story.
That's awesome, man.
That
is awesome.
That is awesome.
And Floyd might be fighting again. Is that Tyson fight ever going to happen between him and Tyson?
Oh, it's him and me. It's him and Pacquiao. They're
Pacquiao.
running They're running Pacquiao.
Tyson had to back out for his hand or something like that, right? Didn't he like break his hand?
Yeah, something like that. And then, unfortunately, Floyd's in a lot of legal battles, and his legal record isn't as good as his professional record. So he's fighting the IRS on one side. He just had to settle his baby mama on one side. He's fighting a former friend and business partner, and then there's Manny in the ring. And it sucks to see, considering he's made the most money out of all combat sport athletes, to see that he's more or less forced back into fighting. That sucks. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's because he was matching you dollar for dollar at that strip club. That's why, man.
I wish I had any kind of impact on that. But yeah, shout out Floyd. I appreciate you, bro.
That's a cool story, man.
Yeah, man.
That's cool.
Yeah.
All right, so during fight weeks, fighters are notoriously guarded, man. But you have a good reputation of making them drop their guard and getting candid answers. Like, what's your secret to breaking through that media train wall to get that real, authentic conversation with them?
I've been asked this question in the past, and I'm happy to answer it again. And I want this to be very clear, folks. If you're going to engage with fighters and you want to get them before their fights, please do it before 2 weeks out. People trying to cram in the last 2 weeks, those are the weight cutting days. Those are the worst days to talk to fighters. Like, they should have horse blinders on. And if they're busy entertaining you, talking to you, in my personal opinion, you're not going to get the best version of them, the most social version of them. They're entering war mode. And like I said, I think we can all agree, we've all been hungry, right? Imagine being professionally hungry, purposely starving yourself. This is not the environment to get the best out of someone, so to speak, to get their happy side, right? They're going to be locked in. They're going to be ultra professional, maybe a little dry. So that is my honest one, like, pro tip. If you wanted, I'm just giving myself the moniker pro, but yeah, do that. Talk to them at least 2 weeks out. The other advice I have gonna seem like whimsical or whatever. It's hard to do, but just be genuine. Talk about the stuff you want to talk about. Don't force the conversation in a direction that you don't care about, that you think other people want to talk about. If they say something interesting, they bring up something funny or interesting or different or whatever, go down that road. Explore where the conversation is. The most irritating thing to me when I see people in media is, like, they'll talk about something, they'll get a great answer, there's something juicy there, and then they'll like, and how do you think you're gonna win in the octagon? Like, that is so generic. Flow with the conversation, but timing is important. Timing is very important in life and all kinds of things. So please get to them at least 2 weeks before the date, or talk to them after. That's also a good time. A lot of times fighters get more or less forgotten after fights because the fight game is so stacked and there's always another event coming. Talk to them after. Give them 2 weeks after the fight. If it wasn't a brutal fight, obviously use your brain. And there you go. Those are my pieces of advice there.
Yeah, I love it. And especially with this UFC, man, when you have like 40 something cards a year, it's always a fight in the next week. So they do kind of get forgotten about, like, as soon as that fight's over. I agree with that 100%.
Yeah.
And I agree with your, like, when they're starving themselves. I just saw, like, somebody posted on Twitter or X. It was they're doing a photo shoot for the UFC Freedom 250, and it was Justin Gaethje was like sitting there getting pictures, and like Alex Pereira was sitting there eating, and Gaethje was like eyeing it. He's like, man, that looks so good, because he's like trying to cut weight. But
right.
Pereira's like moving up the heavyweight. He doesn't have to worry about that right now.
He has no worries. If anything, he can. Yeah, because he's in great shape, and he's not massive. So yeah, he's eating. He doesn't have to worry. Yeah, that's so rough, because Gaethje has, probably 30-ish pounds that he has to let go of. So he's just eyeballing that food, like you said. I could only imagine. I think that's something I think more people should probably connect on, since we all understand hunger and cravings and how good food is. I think we could all connect to fighters a little bit more on that level. And yeah, that's it.
If I find the video again, I'll send it to you because it was hilarious.
Oh,
Gaethje
please
was
do.
Like, he was eyeballing it the whole time, and then all of a sudden he was like, "God, that looks good."
Hell yeah, hell yeah,
yeah. Just sitting there like chewing away on it, like looking at him.
Right.
We're with our good friend Rob Nakamura, and again, you can follow him on X at JSpec the host. That's JSpecThehost. Guys, you can scan, if you're watching us on our YouTube channel, you can scan the QR code in the bottom right corner. It takes them right to his page. Make sure you give him a follow. Let me ask you this, my friend, as you know, we'll kind of dive in just briefly on the Freedom 250, but you have a really grounded philosophy about life. You mentioned that earlier, and you talked about it off air, but enjoying the high peaks, but knowing that the hard times come too. Right?
Mm-hmm.
In an industry of validity as MMA, where a fighter can be a superstar on Friday and completely counted out by Saturday night, how do you maintain your own balance and perspective?
You know, having the gift of competing myself, not in MMA, not in fighting, but once upon a time I used to race sports cars. So, and I had a life, grew up, like many people, hopefully, like many people, they grew up playing sports recreationally through school or whatever. I think that's important. I think you can see a big difference in people. And you guys, as football coaches, probably can attest to this. There's a big difference in character development for people who grew up playing sports and people who didn't. And I think we're seeing a lot, unfortunately, in this time, the young adults who've matured into adulthood who didn't participate in sports, and how that negatively affects someone when they don't know how to win with dignity or lose with class. And yeah, so with that being said, having a nice run in a different field, knowing the sacrifice, the time away, what people think it's like. Here's the other thing: what people think it's like versus what it's like is a big thing. Once you kind of participate and see in that realm, trained a little in the past. My two closest cousins fought professionally. To see them go through the struggles, be in their corner for them, all the stuff from the weight cutting, from the winning, going on win streak to losing, to everything in between. You see how heavy and important this is to them on a personal level, having many friends on the other side of it, being in fighter relations now and helping. There's so many, and I use this metaphorically and literally, hungry fighters. Like, people they just need a fight. They need a fight. It's the regional scene is a murder show, dude. Trying to get your record good enough so that a big organization, mainly the UFC, since everybody's so focused on that, to get them to notice you, you gotta win impressively. You gotta win at least 5 times in a row. No losses is generally the recommendation. That's a lot of pressure. You're talking about fighting another trained human being perfectly 5 times, or you're in the back of the bus. You're now looked at as significantly less than dead, and you're not going to get that call to end up on the Contender Series. So just knowing how hard, and folks, before you even turn pro, before you're on the regional, before you're even there, you're putting in 8 years on average, some 6, some 10. You're putting in on 8 years of average sweat, blood, tears, effort, grinding, many, many days a week, many sacrifices to even get the chance to fight for very little money and maybe have your dreams destroyed in just 2 matches. So that's a lot. That's a lot. And I think if people give a little bit more respect to that process, then you end up in the shoes or the point of view I have.
No question about it. We had the opportunity to interview a young fighter. And he fought in the Apex about a month and a half ago. I'm referring to Kai Kamaka, the Fighting Hawaiian.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. That guy, he's a family man, truly respect the young man. I'm super happy for him. I will admit after the match, hey man, God bless you. You did it for your family. I'm so happy for you. Blah blah. I know I should have waited 2 weeks, but I wanted to send it to his promoter Brian Butler of Sucker Punch Entertainment, but also to him. And man, I'm super happy for him.
One, Kai is awesome. I've done autograph giveaways of his merchandise and done some partners with him in the past. He's a great dude. Make myself old. I used to watch his family fight in the Blaisdell Arena back home in Hawaii when I was a kid. So he's multi-generational fighter. I seen the generation before him do it. Great family, related to the Coopers as well. All great people, all humble but killers. So it's a great combination. This sport makes a wonderful combination of characteristics and people. And I'm glad you had a good time with Kai. He's awesome.
Yeah.
He was awesome. He was super cool, super chilled. And we came on. And he did about a half hour with us. He kept talking. It was great, man.
Yeah,
hell yeah. And we found out if he wasn't fighting, he said he wants to be an offense coordinator. So that connected with us.
Hey, why not?
Offense coordinators.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Oh man.
What you said about sports and your last answer there too, that strikes a chord with me, big time. And I feel like in our today's day and age, especially with like college athletes now with the NIL deal, I feel like if like they don't get the playing time they want or something, if the team doesn't win, they just bounce from school to school. I feel like that's like losing some character in those sports as well. I mean, but yeah, it's totally different type of people, with people who grew up playing a sport or training some sort of like MMA or boxing or taekwondo, something like that. And then people who didn't. It's just totally different character. I totally agree with that.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, man, absolutely. Again, we're here with our good friend Rob Nakamura, and again, you can follow him on X at JSpec the host. That's those who are listening on our podcast. That's at JSpec THEHOST. Again, you could scan the QR code on the bottom right corner there. My friend, you know that Freedom 250 is just around the corner. We are located about 30 minutes outside of the nation's capital. Wow. So and believe me when I say there's security like crazy going on there. So what do you look forward to before we let you go, my friend? What do you look forward to in this particular once in a lifetime event?
I want to insert the gif of Jorge Masvidal, super necessary when it comes to that security situation. And that's really cool. You guys are so close to the action. I will say that I want, and this is a big want. Hope you guys are ready. I'm wishing heavy. I want everybody to stop bitching and enjoy this moment. Enjoy what we're doing. It's not just about the fights or whatever. This is a unique celebration of a solid moment of our collective history. I feel like in America, there's a lot of subsets. We often forget how red, white, and blue we are, how hot dogs and cheeseburgers we smell like until you step out of the country. If you have the blessings to travel outside of the country, like I have, you suddenly realize that you are dressed like Apollo Creed everywhere you go on the planet. But when we're here, when we're home, we're like, oh, you this or they, them, that, or this, I blame aside or this, whatever. And I want this to be genuine, a collective, awesome moment for us to just sit back and go, oh, that was pretty cool. And I hope the fights live up to it on a super basic level. Like, obviously you want the fights to be good, but bigger than this, it's doing something different. And isn't that what this whole thing is about? Being unique, being ourselves, being different, and just to celebrate each other. Obviously, I wish nothing but the best. I hope nobody tries some stupid stuff. Like, if you do stupid stuff on a different day, just can it. Let's enjoy the origin of our country. Let's celebrate each other. Let's celebrate each other for a day, for one day. Let's just go, hell yeah, we're here. We're doing it. And still for 250 years and to another 250 years more, should we be loving and caring and good enough to each other we get that privilege, and hopefully generations down the line can look back at this 250 and go, hey, those guys, they didn't have it that great, but they figured it out and they had a good hell of a party. So that's my wish. My wish is to everybody celebrate this country, celebrate and enjoy. And even if it's not exactly your thing, then don't hate and just go have fun with somebody else on that day, whatever.
Shano, I'm crying inside. That was beautiful, man. That was beautiful.
Totally agree with that answer, Ben.
Yeah, man.
He said you don't want anybody doing anything stupid, but Josh Hokett's on the card. He's going to be doing something stupid.
Hey, there's levels of stupid, right? There's levels. And I think there's a de facto, if we implant our own degree of stupid, then it covers that box, right? So we put Josh Hokett, like, all right, there's our little bit of crazy. We'll cover that box, and everything else will be all right. Yeah, man. I'm you guys, I want to ask you.
Yeah, sure.
Is with the event being there, and I know obviously you're probably used to high security and standards being in the DC area, but is it inconveniencing the people at all? Is it making it harder for you guys to commute or?
Not right now. I know they're doing a lot of road closures starting Friday night. I saw like Friday night, basically throughout the whole weekend, because the fights are on Sunday this weekend. Instead of the usual Saturday, so that's a little weird. But they're having like a big. There's two big events going on in DC this weekend. They got obviously the UFC event, and they're closing a lot of roads around the White House and the National Mall, which I'm sure will cause some trouble for some people. But then not as big, you have the UFL Championship in DC.
Oh, right on.
Yeah. So we're going to be going to that on Saturday, and we might stop by and check out. Like, they're having like a big fan fest on Saturday, so we might stop by there after the game and check it out. But but nothing so far yet. I know a lot of people that are complaining about the big, they call it the claw in front of the White House. They don't like the look of it or whatever. But I mean, you have to have it, because in case it rains, you have to have the ring covered. So it is what it is. But
people complaining about stuff is like, okay, all right, folks. Have you ever done anything with cameras and production and lighting? Have you ever tried that? Like, you need 360 lighting, bro. Like, you're gonna have shadows if you do it otherwise, because the show doesn't come like a stage. The whole event doesn't come in a straight line to you, so
very true.
Geometry crushes some people, so whatever.
Yeah, I know that too.
Definitely true there. Definitely true. But yeah, and then around us, I feel like people are either all for it or they're totally against it. But usually the ones who are against it are more, I would say, more politically tied. It's because like Trump kind of pulled it together and like they're anti-Trump. You know what I mean? Sure. So like, I, even if I didn't like Trump, I'm not even going to get political at all. I love the UFC, and I think this is going to be awesome. I think it's going to be a one-time event that like we'll probably won't see again, right? And I think it's just going to be a spectacle, dude. And it's going to be awesome right there in front of the White House. I'm with you. Just celebrate it, have some fun, enjoy some fights. I think it's a really good card. You got some really entertaining fighters on it. You have a chance, a guy that's might be making history and might be the first ever 3-division champ on this card. I mean, tons of cool things happening.
Yes, and piggybacking off what you just said, hey, you know what? I'm not into political stuff, so whatever on the people who want to weaponize that. And if you don't like UFC, okay, whatever's. But the pre-fight stuff, some of it's happening in front of Lincoln Memorial and stuff.
Yep.
Hey, how about we just be happy that something kind of fun and cool, even if it isn't your thing, is happening? Because what normally happens over there, protests and anger and fighting for stuff, sometimes good, sometimes bad. But it's always just usually is an assembly in front of it. Now we're just doing it for fun. So that's man, I'm with you on all that. And without missing this, shout out to your UFL team. I am still a little bit salty that the merger with XFL got rid of the Vegas Vipers. It's our fault. It's Las Vegas's fault for not giving them a proper field. I know it's our fault, but still, I went to
the stadium you guys are playing in was pretty trash, to be honest.
Oh, dude, it was the trash. It was. I'll say this with 100% honesty and accuracy. It was the trashiest field we had, and we made them play on it after we let the soccer guys play. Not against the soccer guys. The soccer guys, they had the least first. Like, they deserved it first. But like, let's play soccer, then let's patch the field and then give it to these guys in the worst place we have I could literally yell for 15 more minutes about the logistics of why this happened. But anyways,
but now you guys got an NFL team, so you at least got something there. And you're getting all the sports teams, man. The A's are moving there, right?
Asterisks, I could yell for 30 minutes about this.
I love this guy, man. I love this guy.
Yeah, the Fenders, they play on soccer field too. They share a field with DC United.
Yeah.
But I mean, like we have media passes for the UFL, and we go to all the home games here.
Nice.
But like the field's always like pretty pristine. I think. I mean, it's always in like great shape there. They take a great care of that. It's a pretty new stadium too. Though. It's only a couple years old.
Ours looked like carpet in a used apartment that's never been changed for 10 tenants. It was bad. It was lumpy. When you look at a football field and you see it's lumpy, you're like, that's not football. Like that's not right. I feel bad for those guys.
Oh man.
It's already tough to grow grass out there for you guys, isn't it?
Yeah.
So
yeah. That's the thing. We're paying premium prices for grass growing for it to be lumpy, so nothing made sense. That's why we folded. But congratulations to you guys. Good luck, and I hope you guys get the championship.
I appreciate it, my friend. It's always good to see you. And listen, folks, make sure you follow this young man. I'm a huge fan of his. Rob Nakamura. Again, you can follow him at JSpec, the host on X. Scan the QR code. You'll take him right to his X page, man. We love you, man. We love you. But is there anything else that you want to plug for our audience so they can find you as well?
Man, you've done such a wonderful job plugging. I'll just say at Fully Hydrated FH or Fully Hydrated podcast on YouTube. You'll catch myself and Zach Paoga on Mondays, 7 p.m. Pacific. Please don't ask me to convert it to your time zone because your boy's bad at math. But there you go, 7 o'clock Mondays. Come check us out. We talk everything in combat sports, from the insides to the outsides. If they're scrapping, we want to see it happen, and we're about it. And contact us anytime. Hit us up with any ideas or content you guys want to hear. And last but not least, thank you two gentlemen for your time, giving this really fun time talking with you folks. And that's it. That's all I got to say.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
we appreciate your time, man.
Yeah, thanks for joining us, man. It was a blast. Enjoy the fights this weekend. Like I said, once in a lifetime thing, man. Be a great spectacle. And I hope a lot of like people who aren't used to the sport tune in and get hooked on it too, because that would be a huge plus for all of us.
Yes, huge. And yeah, let's just let it be awesome, like we said before. So hell yeah. And I hope. And the only, you know what? I'm gonna throw my one complaint that it's on Sunday. We're breaking 32 years. I think it's about 32. We're closing in on year 33 of tradition or something like that. It's been always Saturdays. This is weird, but we're going to do it because for America. We're doing it for America, gentlemen.
Definitely are. Definitely are.
You just got a subscriber here, man. I'll just show you right there. I'm fully subscribed there to your podcast, bro. I mean, I'm definitely going to listen. But yeah, man, I appreciate your time. Obviously, stay safe, my friend, and hopefully we can meet up one day.
Hey, I hope so. And thank you so much for your guys' time. It was a blast. Hope I earned some credit. So when you guys go through your guest lists again, you might consider me for a second round. It's been very fun. Thank you so much.
No question about it. Folks, when we return, of course, we will have our best bets of the night here on Just Win Bets.
This is Just Win Bets, baby, on the Sports Bet Winning Network.
Oh, what a night, and what a great guest in Rob Nakamura. He was kind enough to join us. Busy guy, man, I'll tell you, but it was great having an opportunity to talk to him. Your thoughts there, Shano?
Yeah, man. Thank you, Rob, for joining us, man. Great insight as well, and some cool stories. That Floyd Mayweather story cracked me up about him meeting him in a strip club. That's a cool story. Also, something I agree with him on. Let's put politics aside this weekend, and let's all just have some fun watching some UFC fights in front of the White House. I'm with them there. Let's just all celebrate being American, and celebrate this cool event that we'll probably won't see again. So let's just all take it in, enjoy the moment, let's put all of our red and blues to the side and just all enjoy the fights together.
Yeah, I agree with you, and not only that, man, not just of course with the fight, but with everything. So I think, and again, not trying to talk politics, I think you get a lot more done and you accomplish a lot more if you go a little less by the book and go a little bit more by the heart. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When it comes to things, it's just, people make mistakes, people do stupid things, and hey, everybody gets an opportunity or a second chance or whatever, but when it comes to stuff like this, it's once in a lifetime thing. And again, I'm not here to defend anybody at all. I just want to watch the fight, a sport that you really got me into, my friend, and I enjoy talking to people. There's a number of people that I've talked to. I didn't know we have the opportunity to talk to them. Bruce, of course, Bruce Buffer's definitely one. Great man. Lou Finocchiaro, who's going to be on later in the show, or excuse me, not in this show, but this week. Rob Nakamura. I mean, the list goes on. James Lynch, Joe Martinez. I mean, I'm missing a lot of people. Adam Martin. Even the Big Bear. He won big the other day. I mean, again, the list and the fighters, the list goes on and on and on. And I'm sorry if I'm missing anybody from that list, but I agree with Rob. He kind of nailed it right on the head. The hell with the politics. The hell with everything. Let's just go there, have fun, watch the fights. If you're able to watch it, to go downtown, great. If not, watch it on TV. And I believe it's going to be on local television. Correct there, Shano?
Oh, is it? I had no idea.
I think so.
Oh, cool.
I don't think it's going to be strictly, Paramount Plus. I think the event is going to all be on. I could be wrong. I don't know, but I'm
looking at while you're talking.
Yeah. But again, going back to the people that we've talked to all across, Marcel, he's going to be joining me, of course, on the World Cup podcast that we're going to be doing in a second.
It's going to be on Paramount Plus. Sorry, cut you off.
No,
it's going to be on Paramount Plus, but it's also going to be televised on CBS.
So it will be on CBS for free.
It'll be on CBS. Yep, that's what I just googled it real quick.
Well, maybe not for free, but you know what I mean. But I mean, I think it's an amazing event. Everybody, as he put it, bitching and complaining about it, and I agree with him 100%. Enough is enough, man. Look, just go there, enjoy it. It's to celebrate. Obviously, it's not the official birthday, we're a month away from that, but man, I've said this publicly. I've grown, and I've grown up a little bit in a sense of life is too short, and just enjoy it, man. You got your family, you got your friends. Enjoy the fight. It comes once in maybe once in a lifetime, right? So, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of kicks off this whole 4th of July celebration that we're going to be having for 250 years. I mean, that's a big celebration there. So, I mean, this is kind of like the first big thing to happen, and then you have, of course, all the stuff that's going to be happening around 4th of July and all that stuff that always takes place in the nation's capital,
sure,
right? But it's going to be that times 10 because it's such a big year for 250
sure.
years. And then the other thing I'm looking forward to that's happening in DC later, I think it's happening in August, is I told you the Indy cars are going to be racing in DC, and I can't wait for that. I'm going to that 100% sure. I'm going for that one.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So again, Rob, thank you for joining us, and we will definitely be in touch. Hopefully we can have him on again, as well as the other guests. Real quick on our best bets. We already have one that's going on here currently, Darshano, as we have the Hurricanes money line, and they're looking pretty good. And the Ace of Diamonds already finished one of them at the final here with the under 7.5 in the Boston Red Sox, Tampa Bay Rays under 7.5. So that hits it ended up Tampa Bay 4-3 for that. There's still some WNBA games that are going on right now. As we have, the Queen has Dallas Wings at +4.5. They're in the third quarter, and Phoenix is going to the Mercury, who take on the Golden State Valkyrie. That's going to happen later on this evening. So, But yeah, man, I mean, it's looking pretty good if we just start the second period in the Stanley Cup Finals.
Yeah, second period just started a few minutes ago. It's 3-1 still Carolina. So let's go Hurricanes tonight. We got you. Let's go.
Yeah. And if they call the game right now, I'm happy to. So I'm just saying. Finally, of course, we will debut our new podcast. It's kind of like a side thing here, where we are going to be talking a lot of footy, my friend. So it'll be Brad Bets Footy and myself. We will do it weekdays, and it comes out at noon weekdays. So make sure you follow that on anywhere you get your podcasts, on the Believe Network, of course, Apple Podcasts, Amazon, Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts. You can also find us on our YouTube channel. And Shayna, we're definitely going to be going live at noon. So that's weekdays, and you will definitely catch us for that. I'm looking forward to it. We're going to break down every single game. So make sure that you do that. And also, we're going to have a lot of guests that's going to be joining us throughout the tournament.
Yeah, can't wait for that. I'm happy for you guys. Get to do something you guys love to talk about and love to bet on. So that's huge. If you're looking for for World Cup bets, definitely check it out. And like you said, you got some great guests coming on. I already know that you got Marcel lined up. I know we had on for UFC, but he also covers soccer as well. So I'm excited to hear what he has to say about it, because the first games are Thursday, right?
First games are Thursday, so
Thursday?
yeah. So we will.
What time? Like what time are they doing it? Like all day, or is it like
no? Well, the first game it's Mexico hosting South Africa, and that's going to take place at Mexico City. The game will be 3:00 in the afternoon Eastern Standard Time, and then the second game, which is South Korea and Czechoslovakia, is of course at 10:00 in the evening. So a little late. But there's going to be games throughout. Rarely do you see a game. Most of the games will be like noon or 3:00 or 4:00 or 1:00, whatever. Yes, there are a couple games that are going to be starting at midnight. Why do they do that? It's because of the West Coast. Okay. Yeah. So, they're playing games in California, and if it's, of course, at 9:00, it's 12:00 midnight for us. So I know one game is definitely going to happen. That's, I believe, the Australian game is going to be at midnight. So I'm not staying up for that one, but I'll definitely have a play for, like I said, for all the games, or at least some leans. Check us out as we debut tomorrow, noon. And again, looking forward to that.
So a midnight start for us. I'm trying to think. No, because I think UK is 6 hours ahead of us, or 5 hours ahead of us.
Five
hours. That's still 5 a.m. I was like, that kind of sucks for them still too. Yeah. I was like, because I think it's like 8 hours from the West Coast. I was like, if it started midnight out there, that would actually be pretty good. They wake up in the morning, eat their beans and toast or whatever they eat in the morning.
Yep. Yeah. No, our good friend Marcel is 6 hours ahead, so he's in the Netherlands. And so he can watch it at 6 a.m, when he gets up. But again, that's if they want to watch it. But a lot of the games will be.
I guarantee Europe's going to be watching.
Oh, that's a fact. That's a fact. That's definitely a fact. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see. And join us again, Brad and myself, as we break everything down. We'll also do our do's and don'ts when it comes to betting, and give away or talk about some betting terms for those who are kind of new at soccer betting.
Yeah, I think that's going to be huge, because I know a lot of people are casual soccer fans, and they tune in to like these big events like once every 4 years or something like that, right? And they want to be interested. It's always more interesting when you have a couple bucks on the line, right? Even if you're not putting big money, put $5 down, it still makes the game a lot more interesting, right? So I think that would be huge to a lot of newbies, that haven't bet at soccer before. I think that's big.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hopefully it grows, man, and then people start watching more MLS games and stuff like that.
Sure.
I think that's always like the big thing about the World Cup, is hopefully it generates interest.
Yeah, I agree. I couldn't agree with you more, man. So hopefully we'll see what we can do. Maybe get some winners along the way, and ultimately have some fun. Guys, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and hit that like, or hit the bell, of course, a notification that tells you when our next episode will be out. And we enjoy doing that. We enjoy having over 14,000 followers on YouTube within 14 months there, Shano. That's a big step. And now we're on the Believe Network. So then again, if you can't watch us, visually, you can definitely hear us when you're driving to work or coming back from work or what have you, or going for a jog. You can hear it on anywhere you get your podcast, on Apple, on Spotify, iHeartRadio, the whole 9 yards there. But yeah, it's great, man.
Yeah, I agree 100%. Check us out anywhere you get it. Check out Believe too. They have some other good podcasts on there as well. But definitely go there and check ours out. Before we get off, I just want to say thanks again to Rob for joining us. Great having you on. Great insights. And that's what we try to bring you guys, as some of the best people out there in the business, in the media, and also in the sports betting world, and bring in what their styles are and what their expertise is. And it's always cool to hear their side of the story. Yeah, absolutely. For Shannon Mack, of course, I am Joe the Fan. Don't forget, again, to hit that subscribe button. Check out our website. It's fairly new, justwinbetsbaby.com. And for our free newsletter, you can, of course, go on justwinbetsbaby.com, put in your email address, and we'll send you, of course, our free winning bets daily. I just see that the Golden Knights just scored, so now it's 3-2 Carolina. So yeah, again, we only need, so now it's up to what 2 goals?
2 goals.
Two goals.
So,
and hopefully 2 more games.
If Vegas, well, it's a moot point, because if Vegas has to win now, right? Because if Carolina wins this game,
yeah,
it's 2-2.
Right.
But even we hit on our over bet if Vegas comes back and wins 4-3, for example, and we win our bet. So we don't really need, the 5th game. It'd be interesting.
But then we'll lose our bet for today.
Then we lose our bet.
I went Carolina today.
That's true. That is true.
So I want Carolina to win today, at least.
That's true. That is true. Oh, man, too much fun. All right, guys, have a good night. Again, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Good luck to everybody. Cash those tickets. We'll see you next time here on Just Win Bets.
See ya.